and I'm happy to welcome David Sutton, the new Marin County Public Defender. Mr. Sutton, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Michelle, and thank you, Dr. Garcia. I think it's a perfect segue to my discussion or my talk this morning. Rather than addressing data, specific data, I want to talk about what the Public Defender's Office and community organizations, what we're going to do to specifically, and what we have been doing to specifically respond to this data. How are we as a community and an organization, affecting change to ensure that the communities of color and those in lower socioeconomic strata are not only surviving, but thriving in Marin? And how are we going to chip away at the calcified structures of institutional racism? One of the big buzzwords around criminal defense and public defense is holistic approach, like the holistic approach to public defense. Rather than just having this kind of pie in the sky statement, what we, the Public Defender's Office and our attorneys and our staff is, what we're going to do is and what we have been doing, is educating the communities that we serve, providing direct services that are ancillary to traditional legal services. So what I'm talking about, traditional legal services within the courtroom, appearing in court, filing motions, trying cases, negotiating cases. I'm talking about services outside of the courtroom, providing linkages to services that promote rehabilitation, reentry, and restorative acts that ultimately and hopefully promote economic opportunities for our clients, especially clients of color. Really transforming this office and public defense as a whole from reactive legal services, working with clients once cases are filed and they're facing prosecution, versus proactive services to ensure that our clients, hopefully don't become clients in the first instance. And today I'm just going to talk about two concrete examples of what this office is doing already and what we have set in motion to address some of these issues. Dr. Garcia specifically addressed issues of convictions, prison terms, and how that has huge detrimental impacts on prospects of employment and reintegration. It's a truism. Higher rates of criminal convictions in community of color, in community of colors, intensifies barriers to employment through background checks, lost employment opportunities, and ties into this cycle of poverty, incarceration, and institutional racism. There's a clean slate program which allows former defendants and former clients to basically file motions with the court to have convictions either dismissed, expunged, and sealed so they don't appear on the public index, or apply through applications of certificates of rehabilitation. And again, this is the more traditional legal services, right? Filing motions that are either granted as a matter of course on the court floor, or if there's opposition, they're litigated against the district attorney's office. But it's not just enough to actually promote this service, right? Not just enough to have a button on our website or, engage in speaking events like this, or, promote within the community that, hey, there's this clean slate program, right? Because a clean slate program, there's access to it, right? Sitting here at the Civic Center, my clients who often don't have the financial wherewithal, potentially driver's licenses, which I'll get into, to make it to the Civic Center. And we're a public-facing organization. We serve and will serve every resident of this community. So what are we doing, right? There's the educational aspect, but it's also, really actually going into these communities. Outreach and promotion and education, but partnering with, both probation, district attorney's office, health and human services, and actually taking our services into, Marin City, into the canal, and promoting clean slate. Also, having someone from Health and Human Services, which I'm pleased to state, working with D'Angelo Pillay with employment and educational services. So when we have a clean slate educational opportunity within, say a community neighborhood, we're collecting the applications, but also shuffling them and ushering them next door to Health and Human Services for employment training, for job opportunities, right? Working with probation, who may know of additional job and employment opportunities. And also working with community members and community advocates. So the New Beginnings Law Center, they're also doing this work, working with Performing Stars, the Canal Alliance, the Marin City Ministerial Alliance, not only to promote, but actually get clients to meet with us in the community and collect the information from them within the community. The other issue that we've been focusing on, and I have to shout out Jose Varela, who's actually, I believe, in the audience today, is addressing and really responding to issues of driver's license and licensure within our communities, largely our communities of color. What may seem like a novel or trivial issue is really detrimental and barrier to entry for many communities that we serve. It's licensing suspension due to failures to appear, due to failing to pay child support, due to other issues, tickets, unpaid tickets, which present cyclical barriers, right? Paying exorbitant fees or fines, having to complete community service. If you're the working poor, this time, these lost opportunities, travel, lost wages, childcare, our clients can't get out of that vicious cycle. In large part, a driver's license is a necessity in California, especially for those in lower socioeconomic communities. There's precious few, if any, employment opportunities within those neighborhoods. And applicants to job prospects are largely screened out of employment opportunities without a driver's license or with a suspended driver's license. And again, what this office is doing, forward-facing and really actively engaging our clients where they're at, is becoming the bridge between the courtroom and the community through grant programming and funding that Mr. Varela was able to secure. We have an embedded staff member who actually works with our clients to ensure that they get their driver's license back, right? And so what that means is that when they have their next to court appearance and they've obtained their driver's license, cleared fines, cleared holds, the case is dismissed, the case is potentially infracted or diverted, right? Which is a huge cost savings, but also our clients have driver's licenses in hand. Also, this is the educational aspect, working with clients from our immigrant communities and undocumented communities and really educating them on AB 60, right? Ensuring that our clients are actually going out and applying for driver's license through AB 60. And also engaging our community with Zoom and Facebook events, presenting these opportunities. So, these are some of the very, some of the many programs which I look forward to engaging with the community as I've taken office within this first month. But really, kind of answering what do we do with this data and really trying to help and engage our clients outside of just filing motions, outside of going to trial, outside of, negotiating plea dispositions, really becoming a strong community member. I think I might be fast on time, but that's my discussion.